Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. I just started a little earlier today because I'm not going to stay that long. I'm going to stay about an hour, maybe an hour. 'Cause I really don't do long lives either. When I do live, I really don't do live that long. I mean, I think as long as I did was like an hour and a half, or maybe 4 hour, 40 minutes once. And I was shocked because usually I be in here about an hour. And the day I was going to talk about, and I am going to talk about peeking into the future. Now, the day I spent most of the day watching other people live, live videos and stuff, and I see that it's a lot of issues out here in the Facebook community, a lot of backbiting, backstabbing, and a lot of ungodly stuff happening. But I'm just leave it at that because I don't know the details. I'm just gonna say I'm just glad I got a lot of good people in my chats and my friends. Hey, hey, Adam, how you doing? He's back again. Hey, Shaky, what's up, man? Hey, and we got Fallen Skies Prepper in the house. How you doing? Yeah. How the weather's here? Where y'all live at? I know the weather here is it's bad. It's 22 degrees and it's cold. It snowed yesterday, but it's just not going anywhere. The snow just stuck on the ground. All right. Before I start my chat, what I wanted to talk about, I'm gonna just talk a little bit about that because a lot of people seem to be interested in the side lot program that lot I bought a couple of years ago. Now you see a lot of my videos. You see my dog walking around. I got the Cavaliers and the Indians and the Browns on the fence, and I bought that lot, and I put that fence up right there. And I put the fence up in the front, and and it only cost me $100. See, the city of Cleveland, in conjunction with our county, they have a program they call the side lot program because we have a lot of urban blight, or what they want to call it, and they do urban renewal here. They brought it back from the '60s. That's all I used to hear about when I was in the '60s was urban renewal. Hey, Lori Blair and Val Grugrass. Can't mess that name up again. And so what happened was they brought it back a few years ago because we had, we losing a lot of population. Cleveland used to be like one of the top 10 cities with population. Now we like number 40, something like that, as far as cities with the population. We still got a 389,000 people, but we have homes for over several million people. So we got a lot of houses just sitting around empty and vacant. So, and a lot of them was having problems with squatters, catching fire, drug dealers was occupying them and stuff like that. So what the city did was brought back urban renewal, and yeah, we are. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, because you right close to me, Shaky. I mean, I know down in West Virginia they got a lot of snow, and they got that ice storm that came through, the same one that hit Kentucky, and I know Colorado's cold up there. Woo! Oh man, you say Colorado, you're gonna have 9 degrees. They talking about we're gonna have a low Sunday of 0 for Valentine's Day. But I seen that video you posted, Bob, about that 70 car crash, 100 car crash out there. I think it was Fort Worth, Texas, and they had on I-35 they had a 75 car crash out there. That was crazy. That was crazy. So let me get back to this program before I start talking about the video, because I'm going to talk until about 2:00 about the video. So anyway, so what they did was they brought the program back, and I have a friend that works at the county, which is my wife, and I was telling her when they tore down that house that we should buy that lot, and she said she's going to look into it to see how much it costs. And she looked into it, and she found all this paperwork that the city have, and they have a program for it. So that's how I got it. I filled in the paperwork, paid my $100, no back taxes, no nothing. Took about a month because the lady that was on it went on maternity leave, and she came back, signed right off on it. A lot was mine. All I got to do is pay my taxes every 6 months. And believe it or not, the taxes for that lot every 6 months is $23. That was like a shocker right there. I thought it was gonna be like a couple of $100, but it's only $23 every 6 months. That was right. So, like I said, and I'm not the only one that did that. Like I say, on my street alone, on this little corner where we all talk in our little area right here, my neighbor to my left here, they bought a lot. They got a nice wooden, what they call a compound fence. You know, where you get so high wooden fence, it's like 8 foot tall, and it blocks off everything you can't see. And then my neighbor on the other side of this house that's vacant right here, they bought that lot too. And then 2 houses down, a guy bought another lot, and then we don't have another lot for a while there. But yeah, it's like I know 7 places, because I know some people on the other street over bought a couple of these lots. Like I said, for $100 through the side lot program. So it's really good. Hey, cat without a hat. I just seen you over on Simply Jan. Okay. And they go, Nelson's in the house. Thank you, Nelson. Unpaved Explorer, John Coffey. That's guy. He's on the west side of my town. He's not that far from me. We get the same weather basically. Let's see. La Farms in the house. Haven't been able to catch one of your lives in a while, right? Yeah, it's hard. You know, I found out one thing. The more people you get to subscribe to your channel and the more channels you subscribe to, the harder it is to keep up. I'm like 3 or 4 days behind on watching a lot of videos, and I try to watch as many as I can. But sometimes I watch them and then I forget to leave a message and let them know I was there. But it's all good. Okay, let me get started. It's 2:02, and it's not gonna be a long video. I really don't like to do any kind of long videos, but this one I had to get this one out right now while things are in what I call turmoil right now, and I was peeking into the future. You know, I was sitting around one day, and matter of fact, it was after the Super Bowl, after the Patriots won the Super Bowl, and I was just sitting around the house, and it was late, and I was so hyped up that I couldn't sleep because my team won. I picked the Patriots. I thought they were gonna get blown out, but they didn't. They won. So, and I was just sitting around, and hey, Uncle Al, and I was just thinking, and I sort of dozed off a little bit, and I woke up, and I had like a dream, and I was thinking that the future is going to be terrible. It's going to be good, but it's going to start off bad, if you know what I mean. We're going to gradually work up to a place where we're going to be back in a good situation, but the beginning, like right now, what's happening now is terrible, but with the bad weather we having and all this freezing ice in Kentucky and Ohio and Arkansas down there, even in Palm Beach, I heard they got bad weather, but there's so much stuff happening along with the weather. And like I say, I always watch the weather because there's so much stuff happening in the world because of the weather that it caused a lot of these problems. And like I said, I was peeking into the future, and I see the weather's going to be really bad the rest of the time I'm gonna be on this planet, I guess. I don't see the weather getting any time soon back to what I would call normal, which I would call normal like in the 60s when we didn't have to worry about this stuff. And like I said, we got the wars, we got unrest, we got what I call mistrust everywhere. I mean, but we have hope and faith too, you know. So, you know, it's a brand new world. You know, we still got our values. I mean, most of the people that watch my channel, we all on the same boat. I mean, we all putting away stuff because, like I said, I'm a prepper. Uncle Al's a survivalist, and we all putting away stuff because if something happened to us, you know, because we're supposed to be the head of the household, most of us, and if something happened to me, then my grandson and my wife and my daughters or whoever is still left will have food and have stuff, you know, have lights and stuff like that. But they don't have to worry, you know, not for a while anyway, that things could go bad and they'll still be able to survive. It's like we're a bunch of Noahs, okay? So we're a bunch of Noahs and we're on an ark. And we just trying to ride through this wave. We don't actually have a physical water flood out there, or we got a flood of what I would call misinformation and stuff like that that's just tearing the country and tearing people and tearing families apart. So we got to weather through that, and that's going to be hard for us to do. My favorite Ohio grandpa, thanks so much for your info, the city, future prep information. Thank you. You're welcome. And John Coffee, embrace the cold weather. I'm going ice fishing this weekend. Yeah, you know, this guy named Scum Dog. This Scum Dog, he's in Ohio too. He got a lot of good ice fishing videos. He was just ice fishing the other day. He caught what I called it a minnow. It was about that big. Yeah, it was a little perch. It was a little perch, but it was that big. I called it a minnow. He threw it back though. Okay, it's Shaky. All above all, God is in charge. You right about that, Shaky. Yeah, Shaky's right about that. So we have no control of what goes on. We can only control what we do, but we can't control what other people do. And when you start to try to control what other people do, see, I used to tell my nephew, not my nephew that listens to that, but I have another nephew. I have a lot of nephews. I have a lot of, but this is the nephew on my side of the family with my sister. I used to tell my nephew, because he was having a lot of women trouble, I used to tell him, I say, man, you can't control what a woman's going to do. When you start trying to control people, you're going to have problems because they're going to fight back. You can't control what a woman or a man is going to do. And sure enough, they broke up. And he just can't stay in a relationship because he's controlling type, and that doesn't work. You know, you can't control people. Hey, Wash Farms, how you doing? That's Tony in the house. That's Tony. If you ever have a chance to watch any of his videos, make sure you just tune in on Wash Farms Fridays videos. It's very good. It's very inspirational, and it gives you hope. So if you ever get a chance, if you don't watch any of his other videos, tune in on a Friday. And I tell you, even if you can't catch them on Fridays, the videos are out there. And like I said, they always give me inspiration. I like Tony's videos. Even if I don't watch them all, but I do try to watch every one he makes out on Fridays. So anyway, so like I said, peeking into the future. In other words, I have to understand the past to understand the future. And so what I did was I started thinking back to my earliest memories when I was young and how I thought everything was the greatest times in the world. I mean, it was the 60s, and I come to find out that the 60s was what they call turbulent. I didn't know. I thought it was a great time. You know, I'm a kid, you know, because we had great music. We had Motown. We had Stax and Chess Records. But anyway, I thought it was great. But anything that you understand, anytime you want to understand something, you got to look to the past to understand the future. So, like I said, I went back over my childhood and growing up over the years, dealing with the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s, in the 2010s, and now I'm dealing with the 20s. And I look back, and I found out one thing about looking back to look forward is that I'm already been blessed. That's why a lot of times when I send out a comment, when you guys send me a comment, I always tell y'all, stay blessed. You know, stay safe, be blessed. I want to make sure that everybody stay safe and be blessed. And so anyway, peeking into the future, we're going to have some very trying times this year for sure. It ain't because of the politics, because I can care less about the politics. It's because of what people are doing. I mean, it's the people that want to control everything, and I don't call them evil people. I don't call them bad people. I call them greed. You know, greedy people. You know, people that buying up all the land so nobody else can get no land. People that buying up all the property so nobody else can get no property. People that's out there raising the prices and keeping other people working at a low minimum so they can have all this stuff. And those are the ones, and people ain't happy unless they control everything. It's always that control thing that causes the problem. You know what I mean? Everybody just want to be left alone, basically. I mean, everybody want to be able to go to the store, buy some food at a decent rate, go to the gas station, pump gas that ain't going to cost you $20 a gallon. You know, everybody just want to be able to do normal things like normal people and not have to worry about what somebody decides that they want to do to make it hard for the rest of us. Hey, Lee, Arkansas bound, how you doing? Hey, Gail, Southern Living, how you doing? And hey, Red House Homestead, how you doing? You gonna start calling me you brother? I am an age, you know, from Ohio to Tennessee. Oh, you know what? My parents moved from Tennessee to Ohio, so they just flip flop. Yeah, I've been down to Tennessee, been down there several times. I think maybe 12, 13 times in my life. And my daughter went to Tennessee the last time I went down there. She was in Nashville. But anyway, that's another story. Well, another time I used to travel a lot. So anyway, like I was saying, so peeking into the future, I'm not Nostradamus, so I'm not gonna make predictions or anything like that. I'm gonna just tell you what I see. And see, like I see in the big city might not be the same of what you see in a small town. Okay. Now I see a lot of trouble coming in this big city. Right now, the weather's cold, so the crime rate is not as bad, but we still having issues. We're having a lot of issues with crime. I mean, the other day I was looking at the news. They had a string of Uber hijacking. They had this gang. They would call an Uber driver. The three of them to get in the car. They'd go from one side of town to the other side of the town, and then they hijacked the Uber car. You know, and they rob him and take his car. And then we had that. I think they caught them guys the other day. But I'm just saying stuff like that has been happening. And that's along with the regular crime that we always have, the petty thefts and the home break-ins that people do. They call them burglaries, I guess. But these people come in your house when you're home and tie you up and stuff like that. But that's a whole other story. It's going to be bad here in the city. I mean, a lot of people don't have money. A lot of people don't have money. I mean, but they still got their homes because you know they stopped picking them out, and the county is helping them pay their gas bills right now. They got a program for the people that still got homes. They can't pay their bills. They help them. I think it's the heat program. That's what they call Home Energy Assistance Plan. Yeah. So anyway, so it's doing okay with that. But when the weather break and it started getting warmer, I see a lot of stuff that's going to be happening here in the cities that's not going to be pretty. I mean, they're going to probably start up protesting again. Everybody protests about everything all the time. And so that's going to be one thing. So I'm going to just call that unrest. And then I also see food prices. Now, some people say they ain't going up. Some people say they are. Some people say they got a shortage of cans. Some people, I don't see it. But I'm telling you, where I live at, I see it. You know, we get these sales papers, because I'm in the city, we get these sales papers every Tuesday here. And I look at the prices, and I can tell you, we had meat that was $6.99 a pound. It's at $10.99 a pound. Let me give you a perfect example. We had bacon. Bacon here was like at $3.69 a pound at some places, and $3.29 a pound at other places. Now, the same bacon is now $4.39. Bacon. So, like I say, it's going up. Cheryl Frugal, how you doing? She just say gas in Indiana is $2.47. Let's see, Pause Jet say gas under $2 here, $2.30 yesterday. It will go over $5 soon. I don't think gonna hit $5. No, because I think they're gonna stop it before it get to $5. Being paid $1.42 an hour, I could pay rent, buy food, let you make cars. Yeah, I remember when I first started working. When I first started working, I was making $1.90 an hour. $1.90 an hour. Think about that. I was working at the school. I was working at a clothing store, just doing stock work, and I was paying $1.90 an hour. That was the national minimum wage. And every time I talk, somebody call. So anyway, yeah, gas here is I think it's $2.25 or $2.30. I'm not sure because I really haven't been out to go to the gas station in over 3 weeks or anything like that. Because I don't need to. I got everything I need here. I'm prepared. It's cold out there. I don't like to go out in the cold. He said crappy burgers for $2.80 over $5 now. Yeah, I see. I see what he was having an anniversary thing for. I think it was a Whopper or something like that, a Big Mac or one of those sandwiches. They said it's like $5.60. Man, I don't eat fast food anymore since I started to lose weight. Okay, anyway, let me get back to what I do. Okay, I'm 63 old. So you around the same age as me then. We in the same age range. You probably was born in what, 50, 58. Yeah, be 58 you were born. So anyway, like I say, the price are going up. It ain't all gloom and doom. Don't get me wrong, but things will stabilize. Things will get back. But you got to recognize that there's a lot of people out there and a lot of countries out there that would love to see this country collapse, and especially if we tear ourselves up from the inside. And like I say, peeking into the future, I can see that we're going to come together as a country. I don't know what's going to bring us together. I have no idea what's going to bring us together, but it might be another 9/11, which I pray to God it don't be, or it could be some natural disaster because you know what? Like I say, I've never been a fan of FEMA. And I'm still not a fan of FEMA. I think they should get rid of it and do something else. They should get that money to the Red Cross and let them take care of everything because Red Cross always taking care of things. That's what they should do. Forget FEMA. Just get that money to the Red Cross so they can handle things. But that's another thing. That's something differently. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not going to. This is not a chilling message where you got to be worried about everything that's going on. Like I say, we have hope and we're going to have faith and we got what should I say, values, because we will, like I say, we will come out of this ahead. We're gonna be better before we started because I don't say I'll just say I'm 63 too. I'm in the club. Oh, we got the 63. Okay, 63 Club 1958. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I say we're gonna come out better than we were because we got a lot of enemies out there. And I'm gonna just say this. Well, for those who don't believe we got enemies, we got enemies and we deserve to have these enemies because we did things in our past that we wasn't proud of as Americans. Not us. But our country, we know we did. I can't deny it because we did things like that. We got enemies out there in the Middle East. We got enemies in Russia. We got enemies in Korea and China. And they would love to make our country fall. So don't believe it. Anytime you hear them talking about they are our friends, they're never going to be our friends because we have history with them. And let me try to put it to you this way. I remember I was in Toronto. I think it was 1977, 78. And I don't know how many of you remember the Shah of Iran. He was basically a puppet for the United States. Whatever we wanted in the Middle East, the Shah ran to get it done for us. And then when he got toppled and he had to flee the country, and we set him up. He took all his money he could take with him and set him up. And ever since then, the Middle East has always been unsettled, and they always hated us for that. But I remember the Shah ran. I remember the protests they used to have in these countries and stuff like that. Like I wasn't even here, and I remember that. The Shah of Iran, because he had stopped off in Canada first before he came to the United States on his way to escape. I don't know where he ended up at, but that's how it happens. The same thing happened in Haiti with I think Papa Doc, Baby Doc, yeah. So we always had good terms with dictators. I don't understand it. We just did. Even Noriega, before we decided to put his butt in jail, our country has never been what I call squeaky clean. We always had the CIA and these other DSAs and stuff out there doing things to other countries. So, like I said, these countries would love to see us fall for things we did in the past. I don't know what we're doing in the future. Remember the Iran-Contra thing? It's just stuff. But see, what gets me is when we do it to ourselves, and that's when we start really having issues. And like I say, we're gonna wise up. We're gonna really realize that the only enemy we have is ourselves. And that when that comes to fruition and people start realizing that, we're gonna be better off. And that's what's going to happen. I mean, I'm peeking into the future. Like I said, we're going to have crime is going to go up this summer all over. I mean, food prices going to go up this summer all over. The weather's going to be the weather's going to be the weather. It's going to be bad, like I always say. Let's see, cat without a hat. I call the Red Cross vampire. They don't even want my blood. Yeah, they do take a lot of blood out of the blood program. When I was working at the post office, I get 4 hours blood time. Yeah, I used to love that. But anyway, now, if we can pull our country together, we're the strongest in the world. But we got to pull ourselves together. I don't know what happened to bring this divide among each other and ourselves and all this stuff. It's just too much politics. I just don't understand it. I mean, and it causing us, the little guys, just the regular, ordinary people, to get anxiety. See, so I try not to. I just sit up there when that stuff come on. I just cut the TV on something else. I go find me an old John Wayne movie or something like that, or I watch a zombie movie, and I say, "Well, that's us. We the American zombies. That's us. We walking around, just going through the motions. Just gotta eat brains." And that's how I feel sometimes. I feel like a zombie. I'm just walking around in a daze. I don't have enough to give anyway anymore. But the government is here to help. Really? Ah, okay. I remember mad cows back in the 80s, mad cow disease. The government is always here to help us. That's because we got no other choice. The government is always here to help us. And don't get me wrong. I believe that. They will help us. And don't be fooled that they won't. Because that's what they do. They're supposed to, because we pay for that help. They ain't doing it for free. We pay taxes. We pay taxes. So don't ever think that we owe them, they owe us. Remember that when you go down there and they say you can't get your unemployment and you work for 40 years, you say, why can't I get unemployment? They tell you some crazy story. You look them dead in the eye and you say, no, I'm going to get my unemployment because I paid my unemployment. The same thing if you applying for Social Security, anything that you paid your taxes into, you are entitled to. That's why they got these lawyers out there that you get you one. Because see, the government, I don't want to talk bad about the government. I love the government. I mean, I love my country. The government is just part of my country, and they're not the country. We are the country. The people are the country, and we need to realize that. I mean, I don't want you to go out there and act a fool and do stupid stuff. And I tried to tell them people that did that stupid stuff last time, don't do stupid stuff. Just know what you can do. Just take care of yourself and your family because you're the one that got to feed them. Don't wait for the government to feed them because it's not the government responsibility. They're here to help us because they owed us. But you need to take care and help your family and help yourselves. And I hope this message gets through to these people that's out there that's sitting around waiting on this money because they might not give it to us. I don't get me wrong. I can use an extra $1,400. I'm on a fixed income. Give me $1,400. I know exactly what I can use for it. But I'm just saying, don't be fooled that we owe them and they owe us. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't want to even talk about the government anymore. My grandson over there watching Wreck-It Ralph. So anyway, hey, Lala Farms. Hey, Tony, our cabin in the woods. Hey, I like that chicken feeder you put out. That was very good. I like that. And Lala got that goat. That goat. I like the goat. See, I don't get to watch everybody's videos, but I'm still catching up, and it's gonna be hard to watch everybody's video. But I'm gonna just say this: if you subscribe to my channel, I will be visiting you. Sooner or later, it's just gonna take me a minute to get around there because I have a lot of things to do right now since I started to really babysit my grandson because my daughter's in school and working. Yeah, she's working and in school, so she's gone all day now. Yep, so I got him all day. And my wife, she tries to take off and be here sometimes, to give me a break with him. She's been here the whole week, gave me a break with him, but man, get a 3 or 4 year old kid. You'll find out what I'm talking about. it's just crazy out there. I do see the Ohio State. I do see Ohio State. Yeah, I'm a Buckeye through and through. I was just sorry we didn't win a national championship, but Bama was the best team. Bama was the best team. Hey, Josh Josh the Prepper. How you doing, Josh? Great channel support guy. Yeah. My son is Ohio State nuts. Good kid. Hey, you gotta be nuts about something. Why not football, baseball, or a team? I mean, it's better than going out there burning up places, So that's good. I got a 3-year-old grandson. Josh, you know what I'm talking about then. Man, you know what I'm talking about. My grandson loves me. Me and the little pup. I walk about 10 feet. I turn around. He's right behind me. Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner. Okay. So anyway, I'm almost through. Like I was saying, I mentioned that first thing is gonna be crime. Crime is gonna be up. There's no doubt about it. Crime is gonna be up. Second thing, food price is gonna be up. Okay. Then I say the third thing, I haven't even talked about the banking system because I expect the banking system to be in really a disarray because everybody in the world is trying to take down the dollar. Don't be fooled. Everybody's trying to take down the dollar. They started with that euro currency, which didn't work. Now they're trying to throw it out there with this Bitcoin, which I have no idea how that stuff works. And they're trying to take down the dollar, so they're going to try to hurt us with hyperinflation. We got inflation enough, but they're trying to really hurt us. So you see that little thing they did with the what was that? GameStop. That shows you who controls the money. That shows you who controls the money. So don't be fooled. All this stuff is coming out, and people, if you wake up and look at stuff, you'll see anybody that got money in the market can make money, but anybody that got more money in the market can lose money, and they can do anything they want. We just a pawn in the game. We on the chessboard. We the little bald head guys that's in the back. We ain't even a castle or a king or queen or a knight or a horse. We're not on them. We the little guys in the back. Or the 15 minimum would do the job. You know what? I don't know. I'm not an economist, but they said the same thing about when I was making $1.90 minimum wage, and they raised it up to over a few years to like $3.29. They said that it was gonna crush the country. But shit, now minimum wage is what, $7.25? So I don't know. I'm like, if you keep the problem, I'm like this. If you keep the money in your country, stop sending money overseas. Keep the money in the country, and then we'll be all right. Because we keep sending our money. That's my son whistling, calling me, telling me my wife just came home and brought me lunch. Okay, but look here. Like I say, if we keep $15 good, you putting it back into your country. But see, a lot of people don't put the money back. Okay, I'm coming. He's whistling. That's how he whistles. he puts his fingers in his mouth like this and go. So I'm like, okay, he only 3. So anyway, like I say, got to put the money back into the country. We got to get our industry back. All these countries that ran out and went to Mexico and all these other places overseas, we got to bring them back. And then that'll help the economy. But like I say, so far the economy it's been on life support for a while now. So, and then I ain't gonna talk about this virus because I don't know what's going on with this virus. I have no idea, and I'm not gonna talk about something I don't know. All I know is that I'm supposed to get a shot in a couple of weeks, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still on the fence. I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm scared. I'm not scared. But I don't want to have no nothing in me that's gonna make my head blow up. I'll be like, you ever see that movie Scanners? And the guy here with, I don't know. So like I said, I'm not gonna talk about the virus at all. I'm not gonna talk about Bill Gates at all. I'm trying to keep it good because see, when I start talking about them, I just don't know what I'm talking about. All right. So anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk about, I mentioned the economy. I mentioned gas prices a little bit because they're gonna go up. I mentioned food prices. They're gonna go up. I mentioned crime. Crime is gonna go up because when people don't have money and stuff like that, crime always happen. But see, I'm gonna just say it like this: but the crime is gonna move out of the city. That's just the way it is. It's gonna move out of the city and really into the suburbs because they know if somebody live in the city, they ain't got as much money as they got in the suburbs, and they know people in the suburbs they work. I mean, you might live in the city, you had a job, but you lost a job, But now they gonna go where people got the money at, and so suburbs expect to get more crime. Small towns expect to get more crime because these criminals they get more technical. They figure that they can leave and go out into the suburbs and out into the farmlands and stuff like that. They'll be going around acting like they got UPS and packages to deliver, and they go in your house dressed as gas man and shit like that. Excuse me, people like that. All right, so like I say, so expect more crime. So keep your eyes on a swivel. Get you some cameras and security cameras around your house and stuff like that. And like I say, that'll help. And another thing I wanted to mention was looking into the future, other than crime and all this stuff. Everybody could predict this stuff was coming up. Maybe kids just got home. Or let's say brother kid. It's just like I was saying, looking in the future, everything bright. We're gonna have a bright future. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be this year. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be next year, but I'm gonna say after we sort out our issues among ourselves, hey baby, we'll be all right. And that's what we gotta do. We gotta sort out our issues. Because then once we get united as a people, we the strongest. It's just like your hands. Once you get all your fingers together and you make that fist, we are strong. We're strong. But that's what we got to work on. So let's see. Everyday OC chick. Hey, how you doing? The Bud Trump 715. How you doing? Let's see. I think Mud Trap 715 is from Ohio. I think she's a Buckeye too. So anyway, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. They say Falling Skies government has to have a plan to put 50 million people in outer space to mine and paper belt. Yeah. You know what? You know how I feel about aliens and outer space and stuff. Let me tell you, a lot of people don't know that the Arabs, they actually got a spaceship that's supposed to land on Mars sometime in the next couple of days. Did you know that? Arabs got a spaceship. See, everybody got a spaceship. See, United States is lagging behind in technology. We really are. And that should concern a lot of people. Remember, we used to be the people that had the technology. Now we are lagging behind in technology. So I don't know how that's going to work out for the rest of us, but it's not going to be pretty if we keep falling behind. We always talk about China did this, China did that, but China technology is like, and a lot of that technology that they first got, they stole it from us. When they had all them people over in that Simi Valley or wherever that was out in California that they had to expel from our country for espionage. Yeah, so we gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Hey, Wendy. Yeah, so like I said, all you gotta do is just keep the faith, keep praying, and everything will work out. Like I say, but that's what I'm saying. Prayer changes things, and when you fall back on anything, that's what you do. You fall back and you keep praying because it'll work out pretty soon. Like I say, the government's all right. I ain't gonna get on my government. I love my government, but I don't love my government. I love my country, but sometimes you just gotta matrix. We live in a matrix. You got your green pill, red pill. Which one you gonna take? Because we don't know which is which. Green, you're gonna wake up. Red, you're gonna stay asleep. You're gonna go into reality, which is sucks. Then you're gonna stay in a dream, which is suck. So you got two sides of the same body that suck. So anyway, you just do what you can. And like I say, we'll be all right. And okay, now looking past all that badness that's going to happen because of what's going on out here right now, after we sort all that out, I see a very bright future. I really do. I see a very bright future for America, because once we realize how strong and how brave and how innovative our people are here, and once we start getting together and judging people on what they say, the content of their character, we'll be all right, because we got some people out here that are geniuses. I mean, Bill Gates. I didn't say I was going to mention Bill Gates. Bill Gates, these other people out here aren't the only people that's got $1 million in technology that they know about. We can be a greater country than we are if we just stop being messed up. This divide, and I see it's coming. People don't know how it's going to happen, but like I said earlier, I hope it don't take another 9/11 to bring us together. I think we will come together, and I don't know what it is. I think it might be a natural disaster or something that's going to bring us together, just like what happened down in, who was that, Katrina? You know, that brought the country together. 9/11 brought the country together. And then that stuff that happened in Oklahoma with the I guess that was the Mississippi River that over flooded down there. It was tearing up all that stuff down there, and the hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff like that. Bad weather can change everybody's perspective. And that's what I was saying. That's why I always prep for bad weather. That's why everybody should always prep for bad weather. Yeah. Cat Without a Hat says we got to stick together. Oh, wrong finger. There you go. Yeah, I'm old. Yeah, so we'll be all right. Like I say, I see a bright future for us, and we just gotta endure. You know, I'm gonna put it to you this way. It's kind of like, what was that guy in the Bible, Job? You know, when everything was taken away from him, and he had to suffer all these indignities and plagues and the loss of family members and everything, and he thought there wasn't nothing else left to do, and people would tell him that you should curse God and all this stuff and going on and doing all that. He said, no, I'm gonna stick to my faith. And that's what we got to do. We got to stick to our faith, because if you stick to your faith and do the right thing, you'll come out on top. And that's what we got to do. That's exactly what we got to do. Don't go out there and get caught up with this other stuff that's going on out there. We can't afford it. We really can't, because see, it only gonna make things worse. You know, it's always been proven in history. Every time people try to do things to make things better, they don't do what they're supposed to do. It makes things worse. And we don't want to make things worse. We want to keep things getting better, because things are getting better. You know, like I said, a lot of people, if you can, get seeds this summer, start a garden, start growing stuff. You know what I mean? Start if you like in the city, container gardens. You know, that's what I got, like a container garden. You got land, grow gardens. Because, see, that's what we're going to need. Because, like I say, things are going to get worse before they get better. All right? Things are definitely going to get worse before they get better. And I don't see things getting any better anytime soon. Like I say, I don't know how long it's going to take for things to get better, but they will get better, because people will start to learn. And that's what it is, learning what's going on. We will be better. Let's see. I have nobody in my life. I truly was God. At one time, I attended church. Only dreams that they taking me right. All right, you ain't got Paul Jet. Look, you ain't got to believe in God. God is what everybody else want to believe in. I mean, everybody got their own belief. Some people believe in God. Some people believe in Allah. Some people believe in what's that? The natural order of things, whatever, nature and stuff like that. Is whatever you believe. Some people believe that aliens, spaceships control what we are, but I don't believe that. See, we all got something that we believe in. I mean, even if you just believe that you are the one, that's what you mean. So that's all it is. It's just whatever you believe. It's a belief, and some people just give them a name. It's a belief. It's a belief. All right, then. Look here. I told you guys I was gonna cut it short, so I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna go eat my lunch. My lovely wife, just came back and she brought me lunch, so I'm gonna go over here and eat. So everybody, thank you for showing up, and I appreciate everybody. And like I said, just don't give up the faith, because it's gonna get better. I mean, it's gonna get a little worse before it get better. It just hang in there, all right? All right. Thank you, you too.